Oh, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we will read a chapter from the Lawyer's English Language course book written by Catherine Mason and Rosemary Atkins, The Style of Writing Contracts. The English of Contracts. Lawyers in most countries use different and more difficult language to draft contracts from the language that they use every day. This is certainly true within the English legal system. However, when you know in what ways the language of contract is different, you can look at the language very carefully and understand it more easily. Here is a list of what makes the English of contracts different from the normal English. Lawyers use very long sentences when they draft contracts. A typical sentence in a contract can be 100 words or more. Often, these very long sentences have no punctuation. This sometimes makes it difficult to understand what the sentences mean. Sentences in contracts have an unusual structure. Sometimes legal writing doesn't use words in the same way as a general English. Sometimes verbs, nouns, and adjectives are put in a sentence in a different order from normal. Lawyers often use too many words. A lawyer might use 20 words to write something that he or she could write with 5 words. Contracts contain words that people don't use anymore because they are so old-fashioned. For example, there are English words that you will find in a play like Romeo and Juliet or in a contract, but nowhere else. Contracts also contain very formal words that no one really uses in general English. Lawyers use long lists of synonyms in contracts. This is because when a lawyer drafts a contract, he or she thinks about the fact that judge will interpret the contract if there is a dispute. In codified legal systems, words have a clear definition. However, in the common law system, judges have interpreted words in different ways. Lawyers use lists of synonyms to make sure that there is no possibility of misinterpretation. Lawyers like to use the passive voice. The passive is more difficult than the active. Contracts contain technical words that are part of the language of the law or part of a particular area of business. It is necessary for a lawyer to use these words. All of these things produce a style of writing that is very unusual even to a native English speaker. The language that lawyers use in contracts is so different from the general English that some people say it is not real English at all, but a language only for lawyers called legalese. There is a movement in England away from legalese. Lawyers are now encouraged to write in a more modern, understandable style called plain English. This is good news for international lawyers. Please subscribe to the channel and thank you for being with me.